Hi everybody, welcome to the bookshop. My name is Shelley. Today is day 3 of the 100-day project. It's day 3 for me. Rachel's on like 12, I think. I think I've fallen another day or 2 behind, but I got so into this project that I've been working on it for 2 days. And well, you'll see. First thing I'm going to show you is the end of the day 2 project was finished handkerchiefs. And I'm so new to these kind of videos that at the end, when I knew I was running out of time and I only had like 1 minute and then 30 seconds, my camera clicks off at 47 minutes. And so instead of pausing it so I could finish what I was doing, I just let it run out of time. So silly. But every time I do one of these, I learn something. So keep my head out of the camera, my hands in the camera, dump garbage with my left hand so my arm doesn't go in front of the camera, show my projects up close to the camera at the end, and now pause when you need to. Okay, this one was finished and you saw it. This is my Rita Donnelly flip and I used a real handkerchief. The corner, I love this. Zigzagged some green around the edges. So this will go on a page just like this. You can flip it up and write on it. And also it's a little tuck spot. So I think it's so cute. I love this little handkerchief. I love how it turned out. And then this one too, I used a real handkerchief. I cut 1/4 of the handkerchief off. I used 1/4, one corner. It just had design around the edge, but it was all the way around the edge of the handkerchief. Most of mine only had one corner with the design, and that's why I had somewhat of a hard time using them. But this is the corner, and then the rest, I made this little envelope. So this is how it turned out, and it was almost done when we were counting down the time. I had put this little like stamp on it. I had chosen to use this piece here which says happy, cheerful, tickled pink, content, simple pleasure, together, a feeling of giddiness or joy. And I was trying to ink this as the time was wearing down, and the whole thing, I kept wanting more and more pink. I started out very subtle at first, but the more pink I added, the more I liked it. So the only thing I really added after that, besides getting that inked up, was this flower. And at first I had a little pearl here, but then I found this little green gemstone, which I really like because of the green up in the corner. I'm learning that kind of stuff from watching Rachel and Artie Mays. Balancing the cover. I'm not an artist. I've said that before. I'll probably say it on every video, which is why a lot of this is hard for me. It doesn't come naturally to me. I really have to think about it. Yeah. So anyway, the other thing was the closure. I didn't want a button. I didn't want anything that would cover any part of this where this had to tuck into it. So I used a magnet. The magnet here is covered up by a little butterfly. This is the kind of thing that it was on a little sponge thing that held it up. I've never used that kind of stuff, but I've seen people do it. So I thought I took the sponge piece off and I put it on the magnet. So it's still like being held up. I thought that was cute. And then you can kind of see below here, I put a paper flower over this magnet and I hated it. So with much hesitation, I really didn't want to take another corner off of this beautiful handkerchief, but I absolutely love it. I cut one of the other corners off, just this small little piece. It fits perfect. It looks so cute. It's like that's what it should have been all along, because this pink, obviously edge trim, lines up perfectly with this. And we got the little pink and green daisies, pink green leaves, so it all goes good with the green stitching, and it's just, I love it. The last one was a digital. I printed a digital handkerchief. I think I need to add her to the links also. Her name is Sweetly Scrapped is the website. She's pretty well known. I think she has free digitals. There's 33 vintage handkerchiefs there. Anyway, I had put on the little stamp thing, which I find her completely adorable. Oh, am I getting this stuff? This is so cute. Okay. And then I did this. We were talking. I was like, oh, is it too much? Never too much, but I love the, I should see how I'm looking in here. Okay, yeah. I love the little ornate filigree brass piece. So I used that for the closure on this one. And then I just had this kind of big blank spot here that I had to fill in. And this flower was cut from a piece of wallpaper. And you can kind of see a piece of it here. All the dark purple was in the center. And the outside edges were very light and white. Well, I inked them. I added more dark color. I thought it was too light for this background. It was blending in. So I put dark purple all around the edges to bring it out. So that's it. That's my 3 vintage handkerchief projects from day 2. Almost 2 weeks into the 100-day project. And I'm showing you my day 2. But, you know, it is what it is. I love these. And now we're going to get on to day 3. Day 3, the theme is the secret garden. And I've been back and forth on this too. Anyway, this is my signature. I wanted to make sure it fit in a journal. So this is the size of page. I am doing, I think it's pretty normal that the first thought is a gate. And my first thought was a gate fold, much simpler, just a piece of paper folded, kind of like a trifold. Gail had just done, she called it a gatefold pocket. Anyway, it's a gatefold, and I was like, oh, I'll do that for the Secret Garden project. Well, I almost wish I had, because I'm doing a similar, but much more, for me, much more complicated. I mean, back and forth, back and forth. Anyway, this is going to be the wooden gate that opens into the garden. So we've got the wooden gate, and then I decided, of course, when you open the gate, it has to be wood on the inside too. So I have 2 layers of paper here. And then I kind of went back and forth about that too, because I was like, well, you should leave this. You should ink this or leave it, copy dye it or something, so that there's some place to write. If this has flowers and stuff in it, you're not going to be able to write there. You can't write on the outside piece. So I finally came up with that I will glue these on 3 sides, and this will be a pocket. So each one of these gate pieces will have a nice large journaling card in here. So that's going to be one of the first things I have to do, is glue this paper together. But even before I do that, I have to attach it to this piece. So you open the gate, and then that's the back wall of the garden, is the way I'm seeing it. Okay. So I made some hinges. I made them out of the green paper, and then I made them out of this because I couldn't make up my mind which was better. I thought this might add less bulk, but this is 2 layers thick, so it's pretty much the same. So we're gonna see what I mean. It's like back and forth, back and forth. There's a lot more too. So this, oh, I think a lot of it depends on what looks good on this side, because this is gonna show. Oh, that's fine. I liked how the green looked too. But you know what, I'm gonna stick with this. So this will get glued to the back of this page. And then this inside fence piece will get glued onto it. And then the outside fence piece will get glued on. So this will be inside the 2 pieces of paper. on this side. On the back side, it'll be on here, which is fine. But on the front side, I didn't want to see the hinge, outside or inside. So it's between these two pieces of paper. Okay, so that's first thing I got to do right now. I don't know if you guys want to watch me glue. I have so much else to do. I feel like I should pause, glue the gates on, and then we'll go from there. This is the front. I have to keep these straight. The wood is really dark, and the dark I want to be in the corners. Okay, so yeah. I'm going to pause. I'm going to glue these hinges on, and I'll be back. Okay, so I got both of those done. Use a combination of glue stick for the hinges, and then the art glitter glue for the edges. So each one of these now is a really nice large pocket. This one. And let's see. Yeah, it closes pretty good. If I had to, I could take a sliver off, but you can see I left a smidgen. I had cut them a hair off each one so that it would close. It's a little tight, but we'll see. I might, just so it closes easier. I really do want it to close quite easily, but I also don't want that big of a gap there. We'll have to see. Okay, let's not. The little things got a lot more. So the back, though, little ink where the white paper is coming through just from being. But that looks good. This side looks good. Yeah, I need ink here too. And then each of these, obviously, at first I thought I messed up, but it had to be, otherwise this wouldn't shut. So we will have some really nice dark chocolate chip Stampin' Up! Ink. I have several brown colors. Thank you to my sister. I wonder if that glue is going to make it hard. I might have to. Oh no, I gotta do this. So let's. Now it's just going to take a few minutes. There we go. That's better. So on the outside, before you open the gate, the first thing I thought of when I think of Secret Garden, always, which I have, well, first of all, I watched the movie last night. It was on the Roku channel. And I just was watching movies, and there it was. So I decided to watch it again. A little bit different from the book, because obviously they have to add more visual details. But I was saying, the first two things I think of are the bird, the little robin, and the key. Now the robin pretty much kind of shows her the way to the key, and also helps her to find the gate. So the robin, the key, the gate, those are three, besides any of the characters and the garden itself, those are the three things. So I'm definitely going to have a little bird. I think I'm going to have, well, I know I'm going to have one on the outside of the gate. helping her to find the key in the gate. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, let's do the other edges. And then there's going to be the key. So now the key was another thing too. First we'll do the, I'm going to take you through my thought process on a lot of it, because a lot of it I've been thinking about, and you know, it won't be spontaneous while you guys, and I'm not going to like pretend I just thought of it and stuff like that. I have to, I'll just show you what I was thinking, and oh, here we go. Why I rejected certain things. Because my first idea, I loved, that was what I was going to do until I actually sat down and saw what it would look like. Okay, I'm sorry this is taking so long. I didn't think that it would, but okay. Okay, that's, I believe all the white is covered up. Let's close this. Okay, so outside of the gate, my very first thought was this. I'm going to use this, and it actually doesn't look too bad, but I don't know. I started thinking about proportions, and if I've got a little bird too. I cut out 2 little birds. This one for the outside. I've got another one for the inside. He's a little bit bigger because we'll have the whole 4-page spread. But as far as proportions, okay, this is 8 inches, right? So say every inch is a foot. That's an 8-foot tall gate. Perfect. That's probably would be how tall a secret garden gate would be. This is 1.5 inches, even 1.25 inches. That means it's over a foot tall. I mean, it's this big on the gate. You'd have a key that you had to lift up with 2 hands to open it. So am I crazy to think I can't use this because it's too big? I mean, it's the same size as my bird. So stuff like that bugs me. But the good thing is I thought of a solution. I want hinges, and I had, I'm not going to go through everything that I thought of. I was going to use these, but then I have these pieces, and I broke one in half, and I thought they were more the right size, actually the right shape. You see the ornate hinges. This is a little large in that shape, you know, again. Okay, so anyway, break these in half, and this piece in the middle, where did it go? Here it is. Isn't that perfect for the little keyhole? Look at that, the little round piece. I was just like amazed because I certainly didn't think of that. Boy, my hands are dirty, guys, with ink, and I was messing with some rust water, and it really stained my fingernails. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use these for hinges. I'm going to use this piece for the keyhole. So I gotta do this again, and I was just, you know, just like that. And the other one. And who knows, maybe I'll put this on the inside of the door. At first I was going to have hinges on both sides, but I started thinking a real gate doesn't have the hinges on both sides. It only has one set of hinges. Am I getting out of camera when I'm over here? I shouldn't be. Think about being in the camera. Stay in the camera. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm learning and I'm trying so hard to stay in the center here. Mama's working, baby. My puppy, my Pomeranian, I think he wants up. Not now. You go find Daddy. I think I like that one. It looks a little bigger for some reason. So there. That's the hinges. And then keys. You know, I had a few choices. I have these wooden keys. Way too big. I really had originally pictured something like that. Would have been perfect. Diary key. That's the wrong shape. But look what I found. I cannot believe I found it. Look at that. It's so tiny, you know, it won't make that much of an impact. And I'm not even sure how I'm going to attach it. You know, when I sew this into the signature, maybe the key could be on this string and hanging out through here or something. I don't know. Because I just don't want to, like, glue the key on. That's something I haven't thought about yet. But okay, so these 5 pieces need to get glued. And then also, I've got some die cuts, Tim Holtz, Wildflowers and Garden Greens. I think this might be from the Garden Greens. They're just branches. And when she first finds the garden, it's winter, it's all brown and dead. And so I thought I'd use 2 pieces, 2 different colors of brown. No, you have to go, baby. Mama's working. Mama busy. And this little bird can sit up there. And, I mean, for the most part, that's really the outside. So I need to get my glue. What time are we at? And that will decide if I have to. Okay, 22 minutes. That means I have 25 minutes left. You know what, you guys? I'm going to pause it and glue all this stuff on and see if I can get my baby under control. And then we'll come back and I'll have 25 minutes to do the inside. Okay, because I really don't want this to be a 2-day project. I'll never catch up if I take 2 days, and I've got to start overthinking. You know, I've got to make some simpler projects so I can catch up. Otherwise, this is all I'm ever going to do, and that's not why I started this. So, I'll be back. Okay, so I've got the hinges on. And the keyhole. The keyhole I changed. It goes, it's supposed to go like that. That's the top. But when I flipped it over, I just like the look of the back better. I like that hole. It's dark, like a keyhole would be instead of shiny. So that was one change. And then this other thing is not a change. It's just I forgot to show it, but I'm going to change it. These are so perfect for door pulls. I'm in love with it, except when I go to shut the journal, if it even would, I would have to first not have these lined up. But, you know, it's going to be that's just too much. So, I hated to get rid of them. They look so cute. These are those things you put on the spine to hook your dangle and stuff. So I'm adapting all these things to use for this. Anyway, I got so obsessed with this look and wanting to use it that I did trim a little bit off of here so it closes very easily now. This will close all the way and be flat. But I was thinking I could cut a little more off and make like a spine so that these could be, you know, have that spine and I could use these. And then I was like, get a grip. What else? What else do you have? And I went through several things. The last thing I came up with, where did I put them? Oh, these little wooden keys. that I have. I only had 2 that were the same. And they had these. And I thought, you know what? If I broke that off, these could be, couldn't those be doorknobs? Or door, like, pulls? I was going back and forth this way, originally this way, you know, but I don't know. I like them better this way. And if they were, even if they were, which I probably won't get them exactly lined up on top of each other. See, that I can deal with. I think that's not going to be too bad. Hopefully there's not too much more added. I don't know. And you know, I made them really dark, but if I had been thinking, I probably would have made them, well, not silver, that wouldn't go with this, but maybe eventually I'll put a little bit of gold paint on it or something to make it look more like brass. But right now, let's just get them on. And I used Fabrifix for this. I really just didn't want to chance the art glitter glue. Okay, so I think those look pretty good. The keyhole should be right above it. So anyway, we're going to just do this. And then I did the little bird with the 2 little branches, which were so dark. I don't know if you can tell in the camera that I just did some little brush strokes of white paint. Could be like ice on the branch in the early morning. Boy, I hope that glue does not show up when it dries. Okay, let's do this one. That side. Yeah, I think so. So I think, yeah, I have another idea for the outside, but it's going to have to wait. We've got to get to the inside. Come on, glue. Okay. Got to get to the inside. And then I can figure out if we have time to do anything else on the outside. Okay. I think that's good. Okay. So there we have the outside gate of the secret garden. That's cute. Okay. Well, that's my project. I'm done. If only. No. I suppose I could be, but we have time. Okay, so please stick. I wish I could get that. Oh, there we go. There we go. I think I got most of that out too. At least I can't see it anymore. So, okay, there we go. Hinges, keyhole, doorknobs, bird. Let's go inside. I have a bunch of stuff that's fussy cut because, of course, now I wasn't going to do anything on the inside of the doors, but I have some of the Tim Holtz floral paper. I know the garden was supposed to have like hundreds of roses. Now here we talk about proportion. Look how giant this butterfly is. I actually might end up covering it up. It didn't bother me in the beginning, and then I started thinking about proportion, and it was hard to. So I'm just going to start gluing some stuff down. This was part of the page when it was 12 by 12. This was the upper corner of this sheet. It had roses here and roses up there and a couple of butterflies. So I'm actually going to put this here and this down here, and then I have some fussy cut stuff. So we're just going to start gluing so that we'll see. All of this is in the screen, right? Oh yeah, we have a lot of, plenty of room. Okay. And I'm going to use glue stick for a lot of it. For the smaller pieces, I will use the art glitter glue. And I don't even have them out yet, but I have a lot of stickers I could use, which would sure save time. And I think a lot of them are roses. So we'll see about that. Let's get this base, this kind of background going first, and then we'll see what all we want to add on. I just have a couple of these like so-called, I already missed a corner, background pieces. But then I have the fussy cut stuff to go over it. So, and some little, I just this morning was thinking about some butterflies because I thought about him being too big. And I have this glitter paper, which I just love. And I think that the butterflies are the perfect size. This tissue paper is hard to glue. I'm afraid I'm going to tear it. And I'm not going to be decoupaging over it. So I have to make sure I get plenty of glue around all the edges. Okay, that should. There we go. Okay. And now we have roses on this side. So, oh, I know one piece that I cut, one of the bigger pieces. I'm terrible at fussy cutting, so some of them are like really floppy. But this one, I thought it would go in here somewhere, and I did think the roses could go over to there, and then I could bend it right on the seam so that they fold over. But I think those look so pretty with the roses going over onto the wood. So let's see, I think just about like this. This leaf will be right there. So I only have to bend this stem, this rose, and this leaf. If I can get it right there once I get the glue on. Let's make sure it doesn't stick. Oh, there goes my dog. Whenever he hears the neighbor dog bark, he's a pretty good dog. He's a Pomeranian, and he's not yippy, but he does bark when he hears the neighbor dog. Okay, it's okay. It's just the neighbors. Sorry, guys. He should stop in a sec. He's hearing the neighbor dog. Okay. My husband is trying to get him to be quiet. Thanks, babe. Okay, so now this one is glued. I'm gonna try to get it right on that spot. This goes here. Oh, I want this leaf on this side of the seam. So I really don't have to worry about folding it. Oops. Okay. That rose. I think that's, there we go. Yeah, I want that more over on there. Boy, I see a little piece of white. I wish I inked that. I might be able to do something about that. Okay, and then that leaf. Let's get all this glued down. Okay. Okay, I'll wait a little bit before I try to fold it closed, but I think I have all the edges glued. Oh, and that covered that one butterfly, which I don't mind. I hadn't thought about that, but like I said, the butterflies are a little bit disproportionate for the page, but I'm not going to worry about any of that stuff too much anymore. I just want to get some flowers on. Oh, and I have another bird. I have a bird. I didn't cut any branches for him. I might have some somewhere, but oh, maybe I cover just. He could be on that stem there. That's not too bad. This, what are we gonna do? I could put this here. Oh, I need to figure out where the seam. Okay, this is gonna fold here, so let's be careful of that. Oh, that's not bad right there. Covers a lot of that. That's right on the seam. Yeah, you can't really tell there's a butterfly there. This I might have to fold when this closes, but this won't. So, okay. Then maybe this here. Let's figure this out before we... Oh, that piece goes like that. Okay. Okay, let's get it right off the seam. Let's see, what else do I have? I only have a couple more fussy cuts, and then I was thinking of using some more of the roses, the rose paper, which I should put down first before I glue any of this, unless I just want to do a few more pieces. Let me see. Okay, to put this here, I've got these blue flowers. Maybe the blue flowers there. We'll put the rose. I don't like them overlapping that much. This one is almost broken. Let's put this back where it was. Okay, put this here. Let's put the blue flowers. I actually like this side just the way it is. I don't. Put the blue flowers here. Put this rose here. Those other roses are more the background. Oh, and then I've got some more little pieces. What do you think? I'm just, how is that? And then the bird there. And these could go just like this. And there's a little red flower right here. And I don't really know about that. Okay, what do we think? Could add a couple of butterflies. What are we at? We're at 40 minutes. So I have 7 minutes. So I can either pause and glue all this or just glue it. And let me try to glue some of this. And I think I'll use the art glitter glue. This is hard to use, especially with all the little broken pieces. I'll get my head in the screen. It's my habit to bend over my work. So I'm trying to kind of break that habit. The first video I had my head in there and it really bugged me. Okay. There we go. That looks pretty. Okay. I'm going to put this little blue one over here. And then we'll do a couple more. And I think I might call this project good. I've spent a lot of time on it. Let's see. These blue flowers are so pretty. Let's have them go up there. Okay, and that little red one, here we go. This looks like a tulip. A little leaf and the stem. Okay. There's that. And we have these. These are gonna just go right there. They're not really connected to anything, but with the flowers in the background, it doesn't need it so much. I would like to maybe add a couple of butterflies. Okay, where are we gonna put this? Just right like this. Okay, do one more rose. Oh, that broke. Okay, that doesn't surprise me. So I need to figure out where this is gonna go. And then the stem. Okay, so just basically kind of like that. Okay. See, that's my fussy cutting skills. Trying to get, I guess I try to get all the white, and I don't know. Some people leave some of the white and then ink it, which that's fine. I would do that. I just, when I'm cutting, my brain is like, oh, there's some white, get that. Okay, and this rose, and then we'll do the little birdie. Okay. Let's put this, I'm gonna overlap the stem a little bit so that it actually comes down a little bit lower than initially, which I like that. Okay, let me check. 44, so we have only about, well, it's almost 45, so we have about 2.5 minutes. Let me do the bird. Get his little beak, his tail. Put it in down here. Okay, I think I am going to pause it for a minute so I can get these creases done and show you the final. Maybe I'll put a butterfly or two. But yeah, we're right at 45, so hold on just a minute. Okay, so this is it, guys. What I did, I added the little butterflies there and a couple over here and this ivy. I had almost forgot about that. I have a ton of this ivy. So I just added 2 pieces and a couple butterflies on that side. And so I've got the seam, this folds here with the flowers. That worked out fine. And this folds. So there's the gate, and it all folds up. It's going to fit into a journal. I'll sew it in. But there's the gate with the little bird. I'll have to figure out the key part too later. And then there's the garden in there. It turned out pretty good. It's cute. I thought there might be more flowers, but I like it like this. There's my birdie. So tell me what you guys think. Oh, I had said I had another idea for the front. In the movie, she has to move the ivy away, out of the way to find the keyhole. So I had thought about hanging a bunch of strands of ivy down, but not doing that. Okay, this is it. I'm out of time. Thanks a lot, you guys. This is day 3 of the 100-day project. The secret garden inspired, and it turned out not too bad. I'd love some comments. Of course, I'd love some subscribers. I'll see you next time for day 4. Bye.